All right. Hey, everybody. It is, what is today? July 22nd. Is that right? Yeah. It's Tuesday. Hope you're having a good day today. Really great to see everybody here. If you need the minutes, they are in the chat. And of course, this is part of the CHAOSS Code of Conduct. I didn't actually say what this meeting is, so I should probably do that. It's the CHAOSS Weekly Meeting. So if you didn't know that that's what you were signed up for, that's what you're here for. So if that's the wrong meeting, then you can feel free to just check email or something. It's fine. Yeah, if you have an act of your last act of self-care, I'd love to hear it. I this weekend bought a new desk because I was actually using my son's old table with his like gamer gunk on it. It was it's really gross. It was really gross. And I thought, you know what? I really want a grown-up desk, so I'm getting myself a grown-up desk. So I did that and I put it together myself. So yeah, the rest of my office is an absolute disaster, but my little desk area is very clean and
Or somewhere.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why it is, but it seems like a desk that you don't put together yourself is like 5 times as expensive as one that you do.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, it's a cheap desk, though. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty much as cheap as you can get, but I love it nonetheless. They don't make them like this. I mean, they used to make them a lot nicer. I will say that. This is, yeah, probably not going to last very long, but that's okay. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah, no meetings. Woohoo! In CHAOSS for August, except for Augur and Science and Research. I think that's all. I'm still waiting for final confirmation from everybody else, so I haven't deleted anything from the calendar yet. But right now, those are the only two that are continuing, to my knowledge.
And
So,
and I don't want to continue them, but we're continuing them because there's just too much activity to take off for a month right now on either one of them.
yeah, and that's fair. That's fair. So we didn't want to,
Yeah.
demand that everyone take off, but if you're able to, if you're in a working group that's able to, appreciate the break. Any questions on that at all? I will say I no longer see the faces. They're all on this side, so I'm going to be looking over here to see what the reactions are, if there's any hands up, because I got my screens all messed up now. Yeah. See, I should never change anything because then yeah, anyway.
Well, just plan on weeks of reconfiguration back
Yeah.
to the way it should be.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. The data science working group has, I think it came from data science working group. If not, somebody correct me.
The practitioner guide?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I know
Yeah.
that the university was also working on one, so I wanted to make sure that this was right. So, yeah,
I mean, theoretically, the whole practitioner guide series is under the data science working group.
fair.
But a lot of them, including this one, I actually got more feedback from the OSPO folks because this isn't really a data science problem as much as it is kind of a management, leadership, strategy, corporate values kind of problem. So I got a lot more feedback from the OSPO folks, and this guide is thanks to Bob Killen because I actually started with several of his presentations, which made up the vast majority of this content. I just turned a lot of stuff that he'd been presenting about into a guide. But this is a long guide. This is our first guide that is not part of the Getting Started series. So this is a slightly more advanced. And as you can see from Elizabeth's continued scrolling, it is a very long guide. But demonstrating organizational value isn't easy, which is why we wanted to write a guide about it. Because honestly, every OSPO I've ever worked in has struggled with this. Most of the people, Bob struggled with this when he worked at Google. I talked to other people who work in big companies, and they all struggle pretty consistently to demonstrate the value of their work. So we wanted to hopefully give them kind of a framework for thinking about it and hopefully make it easier for people. This is the hard problem. Hard problem.
Yeah, I see a little typo that we would want to fix.
Whoops.
I don't know why that came up like that, but we will fix that. Otherwise, this is amazing.
I think Kelly has a question or
Oh, she does. Yes.
Yes. So is this
like still being actively worked on, or is this like this is the definition of like, I guess, first phase done?
This is a published guide. I would say,
Okay.
like many things, if you see some things that you think we should change, we can do that via pull requests. We're happy to continue to iterate on any of the guides because none of this stuff is done. There's always things we can improve. There's new ways of thinking about things. We can change stuff. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
happy to chat about that, or if it's, something relatively straightforward, just do a PR, whatever works best.
Sounds good. I think I'll have this is something I was pretty excited about. In August, I'll finally kind of have some time to put towards it. So kind of expect a little bit more. I want to do a deep dive into it and probably will at least open an issue saying, hey, here are some of the thoughts and figuring out the right way to contribute in that way.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
It did make me think, do you want to include like a link to the GitHub repo, like what we do with metrics and models? So it's easy to track down where to do.
Yeah. I forgot to do that in this guide. So yes, that's part of what I do in all of the guides. They have kind of a standard thing at the bottom, which
Yeah.
is where you go to contribute. And I forgot to do that. So how about if I do that when I fix the typo in that name? Because we've got a way that we typically do that. So I will. You can give me the action item for that. Thank you, Matt, because I just forgot.
Yeah, well, I only would have thought about it for Callie's comment.
Yep. Okay, I'll put that on my to-do list for tomorrow.
Any other questions, comments? Callie, is that a new hand or is that an old hand? Your hand up.
Cool.
Okay. Awesome. Great work. Anybody have any other questions or comments? Rock on. Let's go forward.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Do we have any updates on the metrics and metrics models?
Thanks for asking, Matt. Why, yes, we do.
Good.
Yay. So here's what the new metrics and metrics models page looks like. So it's all these, or you can browse by topic, which is what it used to look like.
We can probably get rid of that bottom right panel at this point. Or
Metric models, because
those
it,
two.
We can. It just
Or-
looks nice because it's like the even number of the,
symmetrical, yes.
This is fair.
Leave the symmetrics in place. Save symmetry.
okay. Is
Yeah,
that,
plan
is,
group.
oh, sorry. Was this like to your vision, Matt? Is that what you were thinking of?
Oh, this is, I think, exactly what we talked about
Okay.
in this meeting. Just show the list, and then we still retain the topic work that we had done earlier.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice balance.
Yep. And just like I said, and I think just kind of anecdotally talking with folks, a lot of people just come here and do a control F and just look for the kind of the things they're searching for.
Yeah, that was my other question is these are listed just, I think, in the order which we happen to add them. So it's just like a default list. Would it be better to have them alphabetical or is this okay?
I don't know.
Part of me kind of wonders too if we can, like I've seen on some websites, like they have an FAQ page where there's like you click the question and it drops down like the actual answer so that you can have a long list of FAQs and still like not have a massive scrolling page. So I almost wonder if we could kind of categorize them like that, like, hey, contributor metrics drop down and there's all the contributor ones. Just to make it easier to kind of visually search through.
Yes. Yes, I see what you're saying. Would that be then different than what we have over here?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would kind of be the same, but I guess at that point it kind of defeats the point of having an all. Like, because this kind of is the all. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It probably would overlap to some extent.
What do other people think about how we could make this page a little easier to navigate?
I mean, always like, well, the search, obviously, when you're navigating lists like this, search functions that perform real-time scoping are helpful, but they're also complicated to implement without being ridiculous on a WordPress site. So, like, that'd be nice to have, but it'd probably take some work. Like if I wanted to search for like contributors, it'd filter the ones that have that word in it. But
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah.
could add the search bar like we have here.
I mean, conceptually, I guess I'm saying conceptually, I think it's a good idea, but practically, I think we've seen in the past where these things get pretty complicated and convoluted as well, because like at some point, and I think we may still have two different search functions, like one for the knowledge base and one for the rest of the site, right?
We used to, I kind of combined them. So when you
Good job.
search from this, it searches the
Yeah.
whole site. Yeah.
That's good. And that's the only thing I could think of.
Another thing I thought we could maybe use as far as like web stuff, because I've seen other like web pages where there's like a big long page and they have like it's sort of like one of those single scroll pages, and then you click on the nav items at the top, and instead of going to a new page, it just jumps you down to the relevant section of the site. Um, so I almost wonder if we could kind of put headings to like group these and have like something like that, where like if we're linking to this all page, you could kind of jump to specific sections, or it's clear like at least visually laid out in different sections.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it seems like the point of this is just to list everything on one page instead of having have people click into the individual categories.
Mm-hmm.
But also like it might make sense, like potentially you could combine, like have a list of categories at the top with those links, and then those links would jump you down to the section and just have the entire thing be the whole list instead of having the two separate sort of ways to do it, if that makes sense.
Maybe. Would
Like
you
if
be
you go
able to like sketch or provide some visual guide as to what you're envisioning? Is that something you?
potentially, it might take me a little bit though.
Oh, this is not urgent. Yeah, no, this is definitely not urgent. I'm just having a hard time, I think, visualizing what your vision looks like. So I would be interested to see even just like a sketch, nothing fancy, what it is that you.
I think I know. Yeah, I think it's helpful. Adrian, you might just find a site that does this, because my mental picture is you start typing, or you click the nav and the page like sort of scrolls like I don't know, like robotically scrolls to that part of the page, right? When you click a topic, you would like see the robotic scrolling, like.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an example of a site right now. This is just a site that I've made in the past, but it does that kind of thing, that you click on the heading, like click on the nav, and it will kind of scroll you to that part of the site. It probably does that with a little more animation and stuff than I would maybe have for the CHAOSS site. But like if you click on anything in the top nav bar, it'll kind of jump you down.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
So like maybe on the like
Yes.
main like metrics by category thing, instead of having each category be a big block and it's just a grid of those, we could kind of have the names of all the categories a little bit smaller, like, and it's still a little grid, but like up at the top, and then clicking those would just like that whole page would just become the all metrics page. And then clicking one would just jump you down to the section that lists, okay, here are the metrics for this group. So it's like it's grouped, but then people can still control F it really easily. And then
Gotcha.
each individual metric would link to that metrics dedicated page.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a little AI here for me, action item, not artificial intelligence. Check, that's not the right word. Explore options for dividing metrics by section. I'll just put this here for my own memory so I remember what it is that you were talking about. Yeah, I'll see what we can do with that. Because there might be something easy in the theme that we can implement. Yeah. Old school anchors, yes. Gotta love them.
Yeah, using
Awesome.
anchors is going to make it really easy, I think, to implement in WordPress too.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see what we have in our theme that we use, because I know they have some things built in that obviously we're not using. We're also using Minerva knowledge base for the metrics organization and display, so there might be something in that as well. So I'll take a look. Thanks, that's a good suggestion. Thanks, Adrian.
And I've done a little bit of WordPress like theme development before a little while ago. So if anyone's needed to like get way in the weeds of WordPress, I could potentially take a brief look and see.
You should be careful what you
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah, maybe.
Pick that up.
I'll be like, yes, please.
Whoever your supervisor is may pull you back from that offer.
Right. There's a long
Yeah, I
list.
think that's kind of why I put the word brief in there. I was like, let's time limit that a bit.
Oh, that's great. Anybody else have any ideas, suggestions, feedback?
My thought, like if this was to come about, like it just kind of the broadest categories to start, like contributor, organization, like just really like maybe some of the most obvious. Issues, you know what I mean? Like just really change requests.
I will poke around and see what I can come up with. Cool. Any other feedback, comments, anything? Okay. Next one is just want to let people know that Chaos Monthly is out. If you are subscribed to an RSS feed, you will have already known that. But if you're not, then you probably didn't. So there it is. Yay. I know it's not as maybe pretty as the one we used to do it on the website, but oh my gosh, is it so much easier for me?
Yeah, if it's
Selfishly, yeah. I
great.
appreciate y'all taking one for the team there.
Thinking this will become Chaos Quarterly, and then Chaos.
Yeah, literally, it would have, yeah.
Chaos annual report.
Literally. Monthly, it seems like a cadence I can handle.
Yeah.
Weekly was a lot.
Yeah.
Monthly's
I was
good.
impressed how long you did it, Elizabeth. Like, I wonder when she's gonna say nah.
Wasn't it monthly or weekly when Georg and I were doing it? Was that
Mhm.
weekly? Okay.
Yeah.
That was weekly, and then it like just stopped for a little while. I just stopped doing it because I'm like, I do not have time to do this. Oh my gosh, it takes so much
It
time.
was a lot of work.
But monthly is pretty easy. And the publishing process to put it out on GitHub is so much easier than creating it in WordPress. So yeah, it's literally just a markdown file. So yay. So that's if you have not been around or you're new to Chaos, you want to just see what's up, you can just go there. And I was, it is in the discussions part, so in theory, there could be some engagement if we wanted, which we didn't have on the other, but yeah. Okay, any questions, comments, feedback on that? Okay. New on the Chaos blog, if you missed this, Don and others wrote a very nice wrap up of the data science hackathon and what they found, what they did. Don, you want to say any quick words about this?
Yeah, I mean we've talked about the hackathon in this group, so this is just the blog post. But the one thing that I think, excuse me, this blog post does is it covers kind of the three primary projects that we're working on within the data science working group, and you can get kind of a feel for what it is that we're working on all of those projects. So from that standpoint, I think I think the blog post is kind of interesting. The hackathon itself was interesting. It was sort of fun to work on these projects with mostly a bunch of people from a university in Denver, which is where we had the hackathon. So it was yeah, it was an interesting experience, and I feel like some of the projects worked really well in this environment. Um, yeah, I don't know, Sean, Kelly, you were both there. I don't know if you had anything additional to add.
I mean, it was, I think, wonderfully unlike other data hackathons I've been to, where there was attention and subgrouping and thoughtfulness that, I don't know, I think everybody got something out of it. It was, I think, very successful, like different than others I've been to, but in a good way, like not as chaotic, more well organized. I thought it was like great, and I realized that's yay team, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can thank Chan for most of that, to be honest. She did the vast majority of the organizing work to make that hackathon happen. So big thanks to her.
I had two questions. One, where's that picture from? That's not the actual location, was it?
It is, yes.
That's
As
really
far as
cool.
you know, far as you know.
If you scroll down, there's always a credit for
Uh,
images. It's a random thing on Splash. There was a picture from the data science hackathon, which you may have seen. I did not include it because the picture was taken after half of us had left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked, yeah.
So it made it look like there weren't that many people, and it was missing quite a few of us because it was taken way after some of us had left. So um, I was sad that I couldn't reuse that one, but.
And then my second question is like from the data science working group perspective, do you feel like you got like momentum on the projects or like momentum in having people potentially join or both? I'm just wondering where you.
So here's the funny bit is that the two projects that were mostly in person, which was the archive project and the relicensing project, um, I don't feel like there was I don't feel like any of that is going to move forward necessarily from the hackathon. The one that we did online as part of the virtual hackathon was led by Sal Kimmich, and that was around the companies moving projects into foundations. And we have several people that are continuing to contribute. So those were people who were contributing as part of the virtual hackathon, and that work I think is continuing. And I would say that out of the three projects, that was the one that made the most progress during the hackathon as well.
It's interesting. Thanks.
Yeah. And I think Sal is also, they're looking at, so they live in Brighton in the UK, and there's a pretty big kind of R Python academic software kind of research sort of community there. And I think that Sal is going to try to do maybe another hackathon in Brighton. So that might be fun.
Okay, that'd be cool. Virtual or in person, do you know?
In person in Brighton.
Any other questions for the data science crew on that? Okay. CHAOSScon Africa. Who put this on there? Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm the one that put it. Okay, so sorry, I'm using my mobile phone. So when I put it, the alignment was just couldn't use the tab on my mobile phone. But yes, CHAOSScon Africa is happening in August, on the 13th of August. It's going to be happening collocated on the Open Source Community Africa Festival. And then we happily got Red Hat as a sponsor, as a gold sponsor. So thank you to Red Hat. We are also like everything is almost ready. We've accepted speakers. I think maybe Elizabeth, if you could link to the page, the CHAOSScon Africa page, maybe I can't get it right now. But yeah, we have speakers now. The schedule is almost ready, and we are working with Kali, Adrian, and Sean to set up like an org participation session where they will do a virtual recording, and then we would have some people work on issues like during the event. So yeah, I think those are most of the updates. Almost everything is set up. We've paid for the venue and paid for other things. The sessions are going to be recorded. We're not doing live stream this year. But the sessions will be recorded and posted on the YouTube. Yep. It's excited for it.
Awesome. Somebody let me know when you want to post the schedule on the website and the speaker bios, pictures, all that stuff. So I'm ready to help whenever that stuff gets confirmed.
Okay, sure. I'll let you know.
Awesome. So exciting. Hey, Ruth, I have a question for you. Are you all getting, I know the last CHAOSScon Africa, you all had a photographer and a videographer, I think, there as well. Do you know if you're going to be able to do that again?
Yeah, we have one. So the photographer, yes, will have like pictures from the event, and also the videographer will also do the recording for the session. So we are able to like post them up on YouTube, and then we'll have like a 2 minute highlight as well. So
Awesome. I absolutely loved that from the first CHAOSScon that you all did. That was like the best thing to watch. I loved it.
yeah, me too.
I actually watched it today, as a matter of fact. I was like, I want to watch that video again. So I watched it today. It was really cool. Was there a question? Did I just cut somebody off? I didn't mean to. Okay. Sounds like everything's in order. Great job to that whole committee. You all are doing a fantastic job, so appreciate you. It's very exciting. Okay, any other questions? Anything for Ruth on CHAOSScon Africa? All right. Package management effort, quick update. Damien, was this from you?
Yeah, it's from me. It's quick update, just that I keep talking to people. Last week Kate, the steward, suggested to talk to the people in SPDX. I joined a Slack in SPDX. I created a ticket in GitHub. We started talking there. Also, Sean suggested to talk to Andrew Nesbitt. I talked to Andrew. I talked to a few more people that it keeps a chain. So I've been talking to a lot of people. So far, everyone I talk is interested on doing something about it. We need to talk about what we are going to do about it at some point, but I'm getting enough people, I think, to start discussing that when we feel ready. Probably after the break.
That seems like a good idea. If you want, I don't know how others feel about this, but if you want to use CHAOSS as like that place where those conversations happen, we can absolutely put something on the calendar. Doesn't have to be anything major. It doesn't have to even be recurring if you don't want. But we can certainly offer the Zoom channel and a slot for you all. So just let me know how I can help you. Okay.
That's great. I will keep it in mind when I talk with a few more people. What I'm lacking now is people inside package managers. I need to talk with more people in those areas. And the other thing, before I forget, question for Dawn, is the SPDX chaos thing happening this Thursday?
It is, yeah. I think Ria's got a presentation she's going to give us that I think is a preview of what she's doing maybe for Amsterdam. So yeah, that is going to happen in the OSPO working group meeting.
Cool.
Okay, anything else with this topic before we move on? Okay, thanks, Damien. All right, next one on the agenda. Adrian's curious how active the website working group is. It's not it's not active at all. I'm the website working group, I think, right now. Yeah, honestly, I'm the only one that works on it. We have a channel, so we, in theory, could revive it, and I think we have brought that up a couple of times. And there's this issue. Okay, let's see. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, just this came through the I think Augur issue tracker. They were like, hey, there's a link to this page in the README that's broken. And I clicked a link and the link itself works. It just goes to a page on the CHAOSS site that doesn't seem like it looks like it's trying to have content, but it doesn't.
Okay.
So that's that first link in the description there. So I was just curious, like, does someone with more knowledge of the CHAOSS website know, like, is that page supposed to have content? Is that content moved somewhere else? Like, because it doesn't seem to be right now that we should remove the link from the Augur README just yet.
Okay.
But
oh, I know exactly what happened. We moved the whole blog. I know exactly what happened. Yes. And we did not go back because this is an older blog post. So not all the old links came over because there was a lot of them. So we did the most recent ones, but the old ones we didn't do. So I will move that over. I can certainly do
so
that.
all the blog posts still exist. They're just the links for the old ones changed. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. I signed myself. So I will fix that for sure. If you see any others, just let me know because it's probably the same kind of deal. It was when we implemented the knowledge base and changed all the metrics and stuff. We moved the structure of the page around or the website around a little bit.
Oh, I put everything under a blog subpage or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll track that down and I'll fix that.
Sweet.
Sorry, I didn't see that earlier.
Yeah, no worries. It was just a super minor thing. So I just figured since there's a community call and there seems to be a little bit of extra time, I might as well like inquire.
Yeah, no, that's great. And in the future too, if I don't see something, ping me. You can ping me in the website channel as well. Or if you have, other ideas or suggestions or anything, this goes for anybody. There is a channel. There just isn't really a working group or meetings or anything like that. Okay, so I see we have a couple minutes left and I see there was some chat. I didn't see the whole chat, but I see that this was added. So who wants to bring this? Who wants to start this discussion? I'm not sure exactly what was talked about, I guess.
I feel like that was less intended as discussion and more just me archiving stuff from the chat because I wasn't sure if the chat would get lost or preserved in the recording, so I just threw it in the notes.
Good idea. It does not get preserved as far as I know. It gets lost.
I think it gets preserved somewhere, but we've never figured out where.
Maybe in like the CHAOSS Zoom account or something.
Yeah, some magical place in the Zoom world.
Awesome. Is this something we want to talk about? We have 11 minutes.
I guess might as well. It seemed like it more just came from like joking around in the chat, and then it was like, hey, some of these are actually pretty good slogans. And I sort of shared an idea I had of like, hey, I feel like I have this sort of, I don't know if it's a side project or just an idea at this point, but I kind of would really love to see like tooling that builds on the data from Augur, like sort of become more of a mainstream kind of tool for just anyone in their Git repository to like analyze health, right? Sort of like similar to like open sourced or some of these other tools that kind of just exist. And so I feel like it'd be really cool to like have something like that that's really designed for just kind of the mainstream, well, not mainstream, but like general people using Git. Like, hey, did you know like unhealthy projects aren't good? Use our tool. And just like a little README embed or something people can just easily add to their project. And then like maybe there's a CHAOSS logo in the corner, or we do a little like social media thing with like some fun slogans or whatever. I don't know.
I see Sean has his hand up.
Yeah, after I don't know why I didn't think of this when we were chatting in the chat, but the U.S. government through Remy de Cosmaker, who's really kind of an original CHAOSS member, has been doing that with Augur data on a limited basis for U.S. government sites, and right now it's really more in the piloting stage, and it's of course focused on their particular interpretation. But I think certainly there's a template or some existing work that we can follow there. And I have because the U.S. government is the U.S. government, I have a regular meeting with them, but it's not on the CHAOSS calendar because they can't participate as members of their government roles in a public forum. But I could invite you to one of those discussions here, Adrian, and then you could you could bring that up. And I think that group would be very receptive to the idea.
Yeah, I think Remy actually, I think used to work for RIT. So
Yeah, Remy is
Remy's been everywhere.
yeah, he's part of the Stephen Jacobs group there. Yes, 100%. Yeah, Remy is definitely a Rochester original, and he also still lives in Rochester part-time. So I don't know where you live, but
I'm in the process of moving to Boston.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you're still in Rochester, maybe I'll send you a private message to connect you to that.
Yep, sounds good.
And if anyone else wants to be in that conversation, just PM me, and I'll invite you to one.
Sounds great. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Adrian. Good ideas. Anybody else have anything to add to that? Okay. Some quick reminders. If you know of any open CFPs for conferences, feel free to drop them in here and we'll carry them forward. The only one I know of is the InterSource Summit. CHAOSScon Africa, of course, as we talked about, is happening August 13th, so you can still register. And of course, we have this calendar. If you are giving a talk at a conference coming up, there's a calendar where you can easily add your talks to them. You just have to like click on here and then talk title, conference name, your name, and then a link. That's all you need. And that will automatically be added to the calendar. All right, any questions? Anything else to put on the agenda? We have 7 minutes left. I'm not seeing anybody raising hands. No, nothing. I'm gonna stop sharing. All right, I guess we're good to go. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye, have a good one.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.